You want wine made from oranges? You're in the wrong place. Today we are talking orange wine, but it's definitely not made from actual oranges. Stick around, I'll explain. Hi, I'm Tim from Elma Wine and Liquor. Today we are talking orange wine. Nope, it is not made from actual oranges, although it sure looks like it, and sometimes they can even smell and taste like it. These are orange wines, but they are not made from oranges. They are made from grapes, like most wine is. What makes them orange is that the winemakers use a slightly different process than normal. So typically, when you are making a white wine, the winemakers will press the grapes, get the juice out, and immediately discard the skins and the stems. The skins, even on white grapes, often have a reddish hue to them that will impart color to the wine. So with white wines, they want that clear, straw-colored, golden, crisp, clean-looking color. With orange wines, the winemakers will press the grapes and then leave the skins and sometimes even the stems in contact with the wine as it ferments for anywhere from days to months, depending on the winemaker and their style. So orange wines are typically made with what you would think of as white wine grapes, but they're just left in contact with the skins a little bit longer than they otherwise would. I hear a lot of people talking about orange wines like this is some kind of new trend. This is actually a 6,000-year-old trend. Orange wines date back 6,000 years to ancient Georgia, which is where some of the first wine ever made is thought to have come from. Traditionally, it was made in clay pots that were then sealed up and stored in cellars or caves. That extra tannin from the skin contact helped it age a little bit longer. Also added a little bit more complexity to it. Not that they were necessarily going after, but it has been around for a very long time. We have seen an uptick in requests and demand for it over recent years. It's becoming a little bit more popular again. Orange wines tend to have, because of that extra tannin that would not normally be in a white wine, they have a lot more punch to them. A lot of them also go unfiltered. It's a trend. They're a little bit more natural, are embracing the natural winemaking techniques, wild yeast and natural fermentation, and then just not filtering it. You can see sometimes how they're a little bit cloudy because of that. They don't go through an extra fining process where they pull out extra sediment and things like that. So wines have been around for a while. They may seem new because everybody's talking about them lately, but they have definitely been here for a long time. How do they taste? As I mentioned, they pack a punch. They can be bold, zesty. You do sometimes get that orange flavor to it. Maybe it's just psychological for me, but it comes through occasionally. They sometimes have a little bit of a funkiness to them. That goes back to that natural winemaking process to some extent, and just, I guess, some extent just how they're made, and that adds a little bit of a different flavor than a lot of wine drinkers might be used to. So just keep that in mind. Like I said, you get some spiciness. Apricots are a flavor that commonly comes through. Occasionally some honey. Just different flavors, different wines, just like any other wine varietal out there. The interesting thing with the orange wines too is that they're using a variety of different grapes. So that also adds different flavor compounds, different flavor profiles to each particular brand or bottle that you buy, because the grapes are different to start with. Doesn't matter the winemaking technique, they're going to have slightly different flavors anyway. In terms of texture, the wines, like I said, have a lot more complexity and structure than a typical white wine of the same varietal would have because of that tannin level. They can also be extremely dry and bold, or they can be bright and zesty, bright and fruity, not sweet, but just that bright fruit flavors can come across in that texture and that mouthfeel. A little bit more astringent because, like I said, they leave those skins in contact a little bit longer, sometimes even the stems, which adds a level of astringency to it. They're definitely not for everybody, but they have been seeing a slight uptick in popularity lately, so I figured to jump in and explain what exactly they are. You're not thinking that they're actually made from oranges. They are white wine grapes, just left in contact with the skins. If you have any other questions about orange wines or any other type of wine in general, please let us know in the comments below. If you've had a particular orange wine that you've enjoyed, drop the name of it in the comments so other people can take a look at that one. With that, I'm going to get out of here. Until next time, cheers.